Welcome to the Asylum. Well, we have a bunch of different topics to talk about today. One of them is You Suck. That's right, You Suck. That was a great theme song. I love that. Remember when The Miz and R-Truth were together and they came into that, You suck, you suck, you suck. And they were pointing at everybody in the audience? That was damn awesome and hilarious. And the best part of it is it was probably true. Probably everybody that they pointed to was one of them sheep-ass cult followers that sucks. So
Right.
I totally love that theme. I think that they should use it again with some people. I don't care who, but I found it awesome. You suck, you suck, you suck, you suck. How about you, Christian? Did you like that song?
Yeah. And also, who's gonna forget Kurt Angle's theme song? But he doesn't suck though. It was at the time I found it kind of funny, but yeah. As far as R-Truth and the Miz go, yeah, they most definitely suck.
Yeah, but it wasn't about them. They were saying that other people sucked.
Yeah, I must have not watched that.
The song You Suck was their message to people besides them.
Ah, okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was saying that they came in pointing to people in the audience,
Yeah,
saying, You
I
suck,
must.
you suck.
Yeah, I must have not have watched at the time to remember that.
And half the people they pointed to probably do suck, knowing the WWE universe.
That is very true. Because they always fall for the shit and always give this company a chance when deep down inside they know they will never change whatsoever. So,
I actually think that worked when R-Truth and The Miz were together. That worked. And I
yeah.
love that theme song. But oh well, what are you going to do, right?
Yep.
And that what they should have done after coming down the aisle pointing to everybody going, You suck, you suck. The music was doing that. Whenever they stopped the music and they were in the middle of the ring, they should have shouted to the audience, You suck!
Ah, good old times, huh?
Yeah, good times. All right, well then let's get going on some other topics that I have scheduled for today. Let me see here. Okay, I don't know what I want to start with first, but you know what? Since the show is You Suck, why don't we talk about some people who suck, which are scammers and hackers? How about that?
Oh, yes, they most definitely suck.
Okay, now I'm sick of this. I'm telling you right now, okay?
Yeah.
It's because people glamorize crime. I've said it before, I'll say it again, especially on the movies. They glamorize crime, they justify it and make it like it's okay. These lazy ass motherfuckers, they don't want to work for a living, but yet they feel like they are owed other people's hard earned money. So they're going to try to scam and hack people.
Yep, that's America.
Sociopaths.
Yeah.
Yeah, America is full of sociopaths, you know? And then you get people that try to justify it saying shit like,
Justify.
well, maybe they have to do it because this, that, and the other thing. No, they don't. And when you get hacked or scammed, you won't think it's so cool or justifiable.
Oh,
Now, the reason that I bring this up, okay,
yeah.
because a recent scam happened. I wouldn't say happened to me, but they tried to make it happen to me. But I'm not that dumb, okay? This has been going around, and a lot of the older people, the elderly people like that,
Hmm.
they've been taken advantage of through this. okay? But they're trying it. It's going around. It's like from state to state, and they're changing up things, and they're randomly trying to hit people. And it started around tax time. So they had people calling up saying they're the IRS and trying to scare people, saying you owe money and all of this.
Oh
But
yeah.
there are all these warning signs. Now, I'm bothered that somebody would try that. I'm bothered why people have to come up with these elaborate scams to try to weasel people out of money. So, and I don't want to hear, well, if they're that stupid, yeah. Well, what if it's your mentally handicapped sister or brother who they can live on their own, but they were taken advantage of? What if it's somebody who suffered a little bit of brain damage and they can live, but they're just not, they don't think? What if it's, your elderly grandmother or grandfather going senile and they don't understand anymore? So, fuck you if you say that kind of thing. And you deserve it when a scam happens to you that isn't obvious if you're going to say that about other people. But, okay. So they left a recording. They left a message. Well, first I'll tell you my brother's in-laws, okay?
Mhm.
They're good friends with my mom and dad, and they got called, and she knew something was up. She didn't do it because they told her to send money Western Union, and she knew that that wasn't the IRS, that there was no way. So she caught it, and then there were articles about that happening all over. Well, I get a call a few days ago, and it's a recording on my answering machine saying, this is the IRS. We're going to take you to court for money that you owe us or something like that. And you need to call our office number. And then they give a non-1-800 number. Okay?
Mhm.
You need to call our office to see how this could be resolved. Okay. First of all, the IRS doesn't fucking leave messages on an answering machine like that. You get a letter. And before you get the letter, they audit you. You aren't going to get taken to court by the IRS unless they've audited you and somebody's come and seen you personally or talked to you personally. And the IRS would have a 1-800 number. They don't have a local number. Okay, it's 1-800. And then, okay, the IRS will not ask for money through Western Union. So I was just like, I never called them back at the number. I was just like, whatever. Because nobody came knocking at my door. Nobody sent me anything in the mail that was official from the IRS. Nobody audited me. I pay my taxes, okay? And I go to, whatchamacallit, H&R Block. They take care of that for me. So I didn't, fall for any of that. But the more I thought about it, I thought, those lazy ass fuckers. Why do they think that they deserve people's hard-earned money more? They just don't care. I'll tell you what, these scams, that's a lot of people who don't care about others. That's a lot of people.
Yep.
And then I got this other scammer. They tried to call me this one other time. They were saying that the answering machine message said that, and actually it wasn't a recording. You could hear a bunch of people in the background, like, when there's telemarketers or when you're calling for help, with this, that, and the other thing, you hear all those people talking in the background. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was this woman's voice, and, I was told that I was being named in a lawsuit. And she's talking in a very threatening voice.
Hmm.
And she names this person that I have no idea who they are. Not one little clue who they're talking about. and they're saying you need to, it's in regards to money owed by such and you need to call us. So then I get a call again, and they change their story, and they say, you've been named as a witness or something like that. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Okay, so I look it up. Like, I type the number in, and all these articles come up. All these other people got calls like that, and it's another scam trying to scare people into
Good
giving
Lord.
information and getting their money. And I'm thinking, this is the frightening thing. This is the clincher. There were all those people in the background that I could hear talking. It was like a crowded room of people all talking to other people on the phone. So there are that many fucking slime balls out there?
I mean, it's not even that shocking at this point.
But it pisses me off.
Oh, yeah.
It just pisses me off. And like, what hope is there for our society? Because people are raising their children like this, and you know, it's pretty much justified every way, this way and that. People are just out for themselves, and they just do not care.
Well, okay, we live in a really, really selfish world now where people go out there and wanting to scam people, screw people out of their hard-earned money because they are the ones who, actually do work and get paid and, do what they have to do for their own damn selves, and they got a bunch of fucking douchebags who want to come out here and screw all that up or screw others out of their hard-earned money.
But these people are smart enough to come up with ways so if they get caught, they can automatically be rerouted to another server so that they can't be found, they can't be shut down. They're smart enough for that. They're smart enough to come up with all of this. You mean to tell me they're not smart enough to get a really good job and be this smart and earn a lot of money because they're smart and they come up with good ideas in a real legitimate job?
Nope.
I think some warped people think that this is actually their job, that they're just earning a living, that that's their job, cheating other people.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good job, yeah. That's definitely a good one, yeah.
Then I came across this scam where, okay, I really wanted to see this movie, and it wasn't fucking available on Netflix. It wasn't fucking available anywhere where I could see it. So this site came up saying, it's free streaming. You can watch these videos.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, free? But they wanted you to, like, type in information. And I didn't even get to that point. I didn't type my name, nothing. My husband, he was sitting next to me, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I'm just looking into this site. And the reason he said it that way is because, he knew it was probably a scam. And I was like, it doesn't seem right. He's like, you better look that up. I'm like, I wasn't going to do it anyway, but yeah, this is suspicious. So I did look it up, and it was a scam. And they've you know what they did? People signed up for that, and even some of the ones that said they wanted to join were scammed. There were some that they were told that it was a free trial, not just free, but a free trial. And what they did is that once it started, they would charge like, $50, $60 for the streaming a month. For the streaming. Netflix only charges $10 a month for you to stream movies. And the movies never worked, I read, and that they were shitty movies that you could like see on TV and, all sorts of stuff. And nobody could ever get their money back. It was like they'd call and they'd get the runaround, and then they'd call back and get the runaround, and they wouldn't be able to get a hold of anybody. And this was happening to everybody. And they were charging like monthly. There was no way they could even get this stopped. And they were being charged like $50, $60 monthly. And then they said somebody who investigated it said that These are the companies when they get caught that they turn themselves into. And it was this big list of different names of companies that those people were all involved in.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, with these fucking morons, like they just don't give a fuck. They really don't. Everybody's just out for themselves, no matter what the fuck, um, what they have to do. It's it's really scary how easily people can just hack. That's very, very scary because people hide very secretive information that we probably will never know about,
God.
and and somebody could just easily go in there without even trying, without even like they could just do it, and it's like what, we're being less safe now, not just with hacking or anything, but like just in general too. Um, but about the shootings and whatnot, but that's a different topic for a different time. But as far as stuff like this, it's just very as far as they go, it's very pathetic because instead of doing what normal people do on a daily basis, they have to go get a job and go make their own money, you know, actually working instead of screwing others. You know, there's just people trying to make a living for themselves.
Oh, and I don't, you know what? And I have no excuse. I mean, there's no excuse for them. One guy, when I complained one time online, he told me, this is just a general chat. He said, well, they're living in them huts down in Africa, and that's all they have. And I don't know if he was trying to be funny, but I'm like, where the fuck then, if they're living in a hut, do they get a goddamn computer?
Right.
But, people just try to make excuses. He might have just been trying to be a troll jackass. I don't know.
Yeah, he's probably white racist fuck, whatever the fuck
But
as well.
but they think that, it's justified to do that. Oh, if you're poor, go ahead and kill people. You know what I mean? Oh. But
No. What the fuck?
before I tell you about this other scam, okay,
Hmm.
you were saying, about the shootings, and that's another discussion for another time.
Right.
Remember when we were discussing it kind of last week or the week before or something?
Yeah, it was. I think it was last week.
Remember how we were saying that people get lumped in? Like, if certain white people did something horrible to a black person, then it's all white people that are evil.
Hmm.
If one black person shoots a white person, then it's all black people that are evil. They get lumped together. If it's one bad cop, they all get lumped together. Remember we were discussing that?
Yeah.
Well, I'm proud to say I found out. Okay. Now, this isn't saying, don't even try to say that I'm trying to say that Caucasians are, more brave or better than African Americans. No. It just so happens that this story I'm going to share does show that there are some whiteys out there that aren't, shit heaps. Okay? So I
Yeah.
wanted to share this. I found out during the shootings in Dallas. When the shooting, started happening, it whizzed like right past. There was this white police officer, and there was a African American lady with her son, and without a thought, the police officer got on top of them, pushed them to the ground, and laid on top of them
Hmm.
while the gunfire was going on. Now let me just so this can sink into our viewers. He was white, okay? And you know Dallas is supposed to be full of racist white cops, right?
Yeah.
This one white cop at least was not, because there's an African American lady with her son, and he, laying on top of them, could fucking die. He was shielding them from bullets, okay?
Yeah.
That's no racist. That is not a racist. That's a good guy. That's a heroic. See, this is the way cops should act, not this corrupt shit that we've been seeing on these video cameras.
Oh, yeah.
This is the way police officers need to act, because that's their job. That's what they need to do, is help. I mean, that was, and the woman, you know, she was being interviewed, and like she had a tear in her eye that, you know, she was so grateful to the guy, and, you know, he did that for her. So, hey. And I'm sure that there are loads of black police officers that would save white people too. I believe that as well.
Of course.
But you see, the reason that I bring that up is because that just goes to show you that it's not everybody lumped together that is a jackass hating racist.
Right.
Heck, even if he did say a few prejudiced things once or twice in his life, I think he redeemed himself by doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because obviously he doesn't think that black people should die. And
No, but, you know.
you know that there are loads of racists, you know, in the Klan and everything, that think that thought, and it's frightening.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it becomes whenever this like stuff like this happens, it turns to a racist thing, and white cops are douchebags, and all Black Lives Matter, and like this big trend happens, and then yada yada. It's like, what the fuck?
well, this was uplifting. This was very, very uplifting. Because he damn well knew that he could be shot, that that bullet could hit him.
All right.
But he like rushed over. He was a little bit away from them. And he like rushed over to protect them, both of them. So that was nice. It was nice to hear that. But
Shout out to you.
yeah, shout out, whoever you are. Shout out to you, awesome person. Okay. Well, anyway, I said I was going to talk about another scam. Okay. Back when I got my computer, like I was so, like I never had a computer, you know, other than the one you just type a report on, you know, and this was even before, you know, things keep changing. And this was back before all this like cool stuff came out, you know. It wasn't back when, you know, the internet just started, you know, how like, how lame it used to be and how difficult it used to be, but then it changed.
Yeah.
You know, remember when it used to be dial-up and all that?
Yep.
Well, this was when they were getting out of dial-up, but they still had dial-up available, okay?
Yep.
Now, I had that for a while, and then I got rid of that shit real quick. As soon as somebody offered me, you know, the regular, what do they call it? Just high speed, right? High speed internet?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know who uses dial-up anymore. That seems like dinosaur time to me, dial-up. But it was back around that time when they were just changing over. And I had just discovered, I mean, I was like slowly discovering new things that I could do. Well, I think it was Google Messages or something like that. At this time, you could, like, I don't know what it was some messenger, but at this time you could like put designs on your message thing, like little flowing hearts could come down, and you could like press different buttons, and like, you know, different characters would pop up. Like I remember there was this one board, and you pressed it, and he would go, oh snap, and snap himself in half. Do you remember those?
Yeah, I mean, I've never done that myself, but I've seen it before.
I forget what that was. It was some messenger. And I probably couldn't even find it today, or maybe because maybe it's totally changed. But as soon as I got on, somebody pops into my box flirting with me. Okay? And I think that he had only like I answered him, I didn't it was nothing I didn't say anything personal. It was just like, he's like, "Hi," and I'm like, "Hi, how are you?" "I'm good." And he like did small talk and then he worked his way up into getting money from me. And he said he was from this one country, and I had remembered seeing on a show that people from this particular country had been pulling these scams on people.
Yeah.
Well, the reason he wanted money, he was like, "I just think you're an awesome person." He just started talking to me just that day online. "I think you're an awesome person, and I think I really care about you." And so I started ignoring him, like every time I'd get on, he'd pop up.
Yeah, screw that.
And he said, "Could I have your address? I would like to send you a rose."
What
I
the
was
hell?
like, I was like thinking to myself, okay, there are times when I lack total common sense. And there are times with me, just like everybody else, that we could have a moment of stupidity. But I am not that dumb, okay? He wants my address to send me a rose. Now, I know that this is nothing, but back then, this was all new to me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
People do this all the time. And every time I'd come on, he'd keep going, like he'd post these roses on the box and all this stuff, and I just kept ignoring him till he gave up. I don't even know if there was a way back then that I could have blocked him. But I remember thinking, do people fall for this shit? Who the fuck falls for this shit?
Single
Um,
ladies.
so, and then how about those ones where I am in Iraq and I am a soldier and I need money? How about those fucking ones, huh? In your
Hmm.
email? Or, "Bless you, dear, I am in this country and I really need money." You know what? I need money too. I didn't answer them back or anything. I just blocked them. And now those go straight to spam. And I don't even think people do that anymore because nobody's falling for it. So they have to try for these other ways of, getting people worried enough.
Yeah, and go fuck off.
But, God damn it, you criminal retards. Well, they're obviously not retarded because,
Oh well, yeah. There's actually people. Yeah.
but still. See, here's the thing. You know what? Um, People with Down syndrome and stuff like that, they're nice. They're some of the happiest people on the planet.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're actually good people. I guess everybody's just so used to like throwing that out as an insult at other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's plenty.
I'm not going to lecture people on it because I say it too. See, the thing is what I'm saying is the people that we refer to as retards, they aren't nice. They aren't good people. So maybe they don't even deserve that term.
Yeah. Same thing with whenever I say gay or you know the other words as well. But
Well, oh, how about the ones where they call you and tell you you owe money to like a certain card that you don't even have? And they try to like scare you into paying it. "Oh, yes, it's on this Capital One card." "I don't have a Capital One card. I never did. But it says here that you owe this amount of money." Click,
oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna fall for that shit.
click. I don't even answer the phone unless it's somebody's number that I recognize. So, scammers and hackers, you suck.
Oh
Chris, you
yeah,
want to add?
yeah, like stupid shit like that. Oh you have this card. Well, I don't. Oh yeah, it says right here. Well, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
I'm not fine for it.
too bad. Goodbye.
It seriously came to a point now with like the new criminal way of doing things is scamming and hacking. That's the new criminal way of doing things. Not actually going out to the bank or going out and to stores and robbing people and all that. Like, nope, this is the new way of criminalization now, and it's pretty pathetic. Criminal thing itself is pathetic, but they don't screw people out of their fucking money. Like oh yeah, I need money. We all like we all have to do what we have to do in life. And the last thing I want to do is screw people because it's wrong. It's wrong.
Yes, it is. And I watched this stupid ass movie the other day where these guys were like stealing gas from other people.
Hmm.
And I automatically
Gas.
just, I couldn't get it. Their characters were horrible too. Like as the movie went on, none of them were even likable.
Hmm.
You know, like one of them, I guess we were supposed to like her. I wanted her to be killed first. But they were like siphoning gas. And then later on, when they said, well, so what if we run out of gas? We'll just siphon it like it was nothing. And, you know, somebody defended that point to me. And you know who you are. And God bless you. I love you. But I totally disagree with what you said. Um, this person said, well, you got to do what you got to do. They had broken down out of nowhere. They needed gas. But my thing is so now that you take their gas, they're stranded.
Like, yeah,
What are
that's
they
that was
supposed
what I
to
was
do?
gonna say. Yeah,
This you
that's what I was
gotta
gonna
do
say.
what you gotta do shit is just bullshit. I do not subscribe to that theory when it comes to crime. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I mean, you get what you want, but what about the other guy who you just stole it off of?
They don't care. We live in a society where if it doesn't affect me, I don't give two fucks.
Mm, that's with everything. No, it's pretty fucked up.
And you know, now that we're on this subject, here's something that might be a little petty, and a lot of people would be like, "Oh, that's snobby, and that wouldn't even bother me. I don't have a problem with it." There are two sides to it. Okay, I don't know how much it costs to get admittance into a public pool. Okay,
Hmm.
I don't know, but okay, you know, maybe you're dirt poor and you can't afford much and you're struggling and you just feel like your little girls or your little boys deserve to have a swim. Maybe there's no lakes anymore that is free. Maybe you have to charge admission. It used to be when I was growing up, lakes were free unless you bought refreshments from the refreshment stand. There was no admission into a lake. And I don't know if suddenly there's admission into a lake or not. But I do believe around here there are some lakes that are free. So if they need to swim, you could take them there if you can't afford a public pool.
Right.
Um, I mean, hey, I do, okay, your little kids should be able to swim somewhere. I understand that. But by the same token, I'm paying $1,000 a month to live in a luxury apartment. Okay?
Hmm.
And our pools are nice. They're not what you would call tiny, but they're not public pool size either. Okay? They're just enough for an apartment community where you know not every single apartment dweller is going to swim every day. You get the idea?
Right.
Well, some people have figured out when the office closes because while they're there, they go out and check to see if you're wearing your pool pass. They don't let kids be there without adults. Okay? Now, we're supposed to have security that checks that. And I have seen security, and I have seen one security person check. Okay? Um, but I think people have figured out when they're not going to be in the office, like all day Sunday and after 6 o'clock every night. And some of them will bring like a whole carload. come driving in. They'll wait until somebody with the code gets in the gate and the gate's still open and they go in there and then they'll go and swim. Okay?
Yep.
Now, that might seem harmless to some people and that might seem like petty snobbery, but what if everybody did that? What if everybody that wanted to save money came to the closest apartment pool? Wouldn't that be not very nice?
Yeah, because you're not there.
It would be crowded, okay?
Right.
Get more litter. They're really good about keeping it clean, but you get more litter. You get, it'd just be too crowded. The people that are paying money to live in this nice community don't get to get in the pool because, these people are coming. And they're getting for free what we're paying a lot of money for. So I can see both sides of it.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, they're not living there, so I mean, I can see where you're getting at with that.
Yeah, because this happened today. I was seeing people leaving the pool, going to their car and leaving. And it just, made me think. Some people might say, oh, but those poor people, they deserve to swim just like everybody. But
I know.
I deserve to get what I pay for.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, you're paying for this. I mean, you're living there. Um, you know, the pool's right there for you. You swim in it, and then you got a bunch of people out of nowhere. I mean, it seems kind of unfair.
Is it communism or socialism or a little bit of both? It's one of the two, where their belief is that if you have the money, you pay for it all, but everybody gets to reap the benefits. To me, that's what this is like. The
Yeah,
people that work really hard.
and it goes together.
And it might seem like snobbery, but I can see the other side of it.
I mean,
Get your kids
yeah,
one of them cheap pools, your little kids, where you just get the hose and you put water in it and they can swim around.
I mean, I had that when I was young, so I think we've all had that when we were little kids at some point. Well, not everybody, but I could speak for myself when I've had that when I was little.
If you had enough money to buy special design beach towels for your little girls and bathing suits for your little girls, then you have enough money to get one of them little pools and a thing. And lakes, go to a lake.
Hmm.
That just really bothers me. So, even though that's not technically stealing and it's nowhere near as bad as the other stuff we've been talking about,
Yeah,
it's still wrong. It bothers me. People just think that they're owed things.
entitled.
That's it. That's what it is. All right. Well, are we ready to go on to another topic?
Sure.
Let me check and see if LB has typed a comment. He says, I get spammers and hacker type messages on Twitter, people trying to get me to buy stuff. Oh, and then he just added this. This is off the subject, but he said, I heard Bernie Sanders has joined the Hillary Clinton party.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah.
Oh, dear. I'm not even going to get
Uh,
started on that.
yeah, that
Join Trump.
yeah, that was like what the fuck?
I would have voted for him to be president if he would have been one of the candidates.
Yeah, we're going to hell. Handbasket.
Oh, we sure as hell are. Okay, the next topic. How TV shows have evolved over the years. See, we're going from something serious to something just, you know, fun.
Hmm.
TV shows today. I mean, there's one that I think is a bunch of crap that I saw, and believe me, I only watch certain shows. But it just seems like the shows that are available today are smarter, better written, better acted, better storylines, better everything, better concepts. They seem more mature. Like when I look back, even in the 90s, at the way the shows were, it seems rather immature and babyish, those shows. Like rather
Yeah.
naive.
Some are actually were cheesy.
Yeah, cheesy, that's the word. And you get less cheese nowadays. Except for Zoo. If you ever watch Zoo, that's cheese and it sucks. Don't watch it. Badly written. But a lot of the shows, they're just not like that. And that could be because of the times, like times have changed since the 90s and 70s and 80s, and we have different things, and so we're progressing. That could be it. But I like it. Keep progressing. Because when I think about some past shows, I'm like, holy hell, those really sucked.
Yeah. At the same time, um, well, I'll speak about one in like one in particular. Um, I don't know many of the sitcoms that are out there. Well, I know one kind of like a reunion thing with like Full House or whatever the fuck. Um, but as far as like the comedy sitcoms from the past, a lot of funny TV shows and whatnot, to now it's more like reality TV shows and things of that nature.
Yeah, but the shows that aren't reality shows are damn good.
Yeah, I was just speaking for like I was kind of like balancing it, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh. You know what else too? Back even in the 90s, each episode was separate. It wasn't a continuing story. Like you had one plot on this episode, and then you just forget about that, and then there's another episode where something different happens, and you just forget about that. Unless it was something like Knots Landing. Those shows, Dallas, Knots Landing, continued the nighttime soap operas.
Hmm.
Whereas with these shows today, the story continues. It's not like, oh, an adventure happened one episode, then you forget all about that and it's a new adventure. Like they tie in things that happen from other episodes to the new episodes. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. Like, for example, TJ Hooker. I don't know if you've ever heard of the show, okay?
Hmm.
But TJ Hooker never continued unless it was like a two-part episode. You had your one problem, your one crime that's committed on the one episode, then the next episode, it's new bad guys, a new storyline. They don't even mention what happened before. And
Hmm.
then again, the same one on the next one.
Yeah.
Yes, I am ashamed. I was young. I watched TJ Hooker. But that's not even the dumbest show that's been on television. I remember them stupid shows like with Lorenzo Lamas in them, like Renegade and shit. Oh, good God. I never watched those. I thought they were god awful then. And I think that if they put that on television now, people would be like canceling cable.
Yeah, even like the movies to a degree were like had its own cheesy like feel at times.
Yeah, just major cheese. The shows nowadays are far more intelligent. Oh God, those shows that were out back then. The Fall Guy? Ugh, what the hell? And you know what? You want to know what was torturous? There
Which
was a
one?
time in the 90s, it was the late 80s, the early 90s, where they had this trend where they felt like old people had to be the stars of shows. You know what I'm talking about? Murder,
Yeah.
She Wrote, Matlock, that one with Dick Van Dyke. You know what? Even then, I would have rather been under a bus than have to watch another episode of Murder, She Wrote or Matlock with my grandmother. Oh, and Walker, Texas Ranger. Oh my God. Get these fucking shows off of my television. God damn. You know what? I'm getting sick now remembering these shows. But I'm serious, people. If you think I'm being over dramatic, why don't you go look up some of these shows on Netflix or something and try to sit through them? Then tell me I'm being over dramatic. Oh, the one with Dick Van Dyke was Diagnosis Murder. You probably haven't even heard of any of those, have you, Christian?
Yeah, those are like old school, like before I was even
Oh
born,
my
right?
God. I mean, it was like senior citizen time. And then there'd be a new show, and it would be another senior citizen and be the star of it. And it's not that I have anything against senior citizens, it's just that the plots were always the same. Senior citizen is the only one smart enough to solve the mystery. Or those ones where they're in the court, where the lawyer always wins, never loses a case. How is there any suspense in that? You know the ending of every single episode. Every single episode of Matlock, he saves the day by winning the case. So what's the point in fucking even watching it? Perry Mason, the same thing. He's going to win the case. There's no suspense there. Sounds like Cena, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
Oh my God. And I even think of some shows that I thought were like so awesome back then. Like when I was a kid, I was like, SWAT and Vegas. Yeah. And it was the reruns at that time. They were showing, it wasn't like when SWAT and Vegas were popular. It was like years later when um, they're, in syndication reruns. And I was like, oh, and now I look back on it and I'm like, oh my God. I liked that. That was a show that I couldn't wait to see. Have you ever heard of SWAT in Vegas?
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I've never like watched it for myself before.
Although, as cheesy as it was, there's one show that I still would like today is Lost in Space. That is so goddamn cheesy, but I've seen some reruns of it today, and I'm like, yeah, this is cool. Because it's so entertaining.
How old was that show?
Oh,
Or when it first came out?
60s, 70s, and I never watched it when it first came out because I wasn't even born. It was like I would watch, in the 80s, reruns of it. And, you know, you can't probably find it anymore, but not too long ago they had some reruns of it on, and I was like, cool. And Space in 1999, when I first joined Netflix, I didn't do the streaming thing, I did the mail thing, and I got every single episode from both seasons of Space in 1999. And of course, the classic Star Trek is awesome. That wasn't. And you know what? I guess so. I guess what I'm saying is there are some quality cheesy shows.
cheesy but entertaining.
Yes. Like in a retro way. So, would you like to add something to this?
Yeah. To me, I don't really mu watch much like TV shows from today. I'm more of like a retro type of person. Like watch the old TV shows from like around like 90s or whatnot to like early 2000s. Like I'm still like more into like that range because like when I was to certain TV shows now, I don't know, I've always been more I've been like most like comedy over anything or like cartoonish TV shows over everything else. Me personally.
I don't know. I mean, some of them are enjoyable, Christian,
Hmm.
but some of them are just pathetic when it comes to the storylines of today.
Yeah, I would have to like like recommend some of these shows because me personally, I've seen like mostly like the same like same TV shows over and over. So
Um, yeah, but I think that the worst television shows were on the late 80s, early 90s.
yeah, I can see why.
Even the mid to late 90s were crap. 70s shows weren't so bad, really, but that time period was crap.
What about that 70s show itself?
You know what? Just for the simple fact that I had to watch 2 hours of the same previews of that 70s show just makes it suck, period. That's all. Thumbs down.
Yeah, I actually didn't mind that show, to be honest.
Like, I just don't feel like shows like Renegade and what's another one? Fall Guy.
Hmm.
There's a whole shit. Oh, Silk Stockings, Walker, Texas Ranger. They don't hold a candle to the Blacklist, Game of Thrones,
Hmm.
Preacher. They don't hold a candle to these shows.
Were you ever a Brady Bunch person?
When I was a kid, I watched it all the damn time. A very little kid. Like we're talking elementary school. And even then they were reruns. So were you ever a Brady Bunch person?
Yeah, I've actually watched it with my mom like when I was like very little, but I don't really like, remember like really much from it. Because when I was little, I was mostly watching like baby shows. So, you know,
LB says, fuck the 70s show. Laugh out loud. I agree with Kat.
yeah, well, you can go ahead and bury me. Since I'm probably the only one out of the asylum who actually has watched the show.
Really, even after that torture for 2 hours?
Like after that, I didn't want to see any episodes after that. But as far as like from years, you know, I guess people have different tastes, I guess.
The Rock got guest starred on one of those episodes as his dad.
Yeah, I did see that episode. You had a fucking afro and shit.
Well, did you ever see The Rock's hairstyle when he first came into wrestling as Rocky Mavia?
Maivia?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Looking like a pineapple head.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You still find him attractive though, right?
Oh, of course. I don't know what I would have thought of him then if I didn't know him and saw him come in with that gimmick. But since the first I saw of him, he was wearing them shirts with his chest out and looking all sexy. I will forever like him. Plus, he's just cute, period. Okay, next topic. The lives of celebrities.
Oh boy.
Okay, I found myself thinking about this the other day. Everybody says, "Oh, I don't feel sorry for them. They're rich. They have all sorts of money. They've got it easy."
Mm,
That's true, but they're pretty strong people. The fact that they can handle all that public scrutiny.
yeah.
I mean, they're like run through the mud with shit that's said about them. Shit's made up, and everybody automatically believes it because they're jealous or whatever. And just all the nastiest stuff is said by people, and they can take it, and they can't escape it. I mean, they could end up reading something shitty about themselves in some magazine or something like that.
Huh.
I mean, they're obviously pretty strong-willed if they can take that kind of shit because the public can be cruel. But then again, on the other hand, they might not care because they already have like thousands of fans and they make shitloads of money. So maybe they just don't give a shit. Maybe they have enough good things in their lives that they don't give a shit what, other people say. But I think it must be tough, everybody like analyzing every move you make.
Do you know what's really what's really irritating as far as that goes? Is the You ever heard of TMZ?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, when these motherfuckers go on like I see some of these videos of these celebrities just like walking and they're just like trying to get where they're ready to go, and then these people come out of the woodwork. Oh, hey, let me ask you a question. Yeah, yeah. Oh, do you have time? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like don't bother them. They're just trying to get where they're supposed to be. Like just leave them alone, and then they would just refuse to like not leave, and like when I see some of these celebrities' faces whenever that happens, I could like see in their eyes is like, oh man, I wish they would just, I wish they go away. Like, you know, I mean, it must feel good to a certain extent, um, considering the fact that they're famous and they have fans and people look up to them, while others just, like shit on them. But like, it must feel good, but at the same time, like I could see like they might get into pressure with interviews and then the red carpets and all this other stuff where they have to like meet and see a bunch of people. And yeah, it must feel good being famous and at the same time like pretty stressful.
And they don't have any fucking privacy whatsoever.
Right.
And I can understand when you're signing, like, you're tired and you've done shit all day long for your fans and they just keep coming. Or you're trying to have, like, enjoy a date with somebody or, just eat your dinner and you can't even eat it because people keep coming up to you for autographs and stuff. I can understand how that gets a little much. You don't want to say no, they're your fans, but it's like, come on, you have a life too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause there's, like a lot of these fans or just people in general like look at them like in a different light, like they're like the next coming of the Lord or Savior or whatever. they look at them like in a totally different level. Like what's that called? Like celebrity something syndrome. I forgot what it's called. I don't know. Where they cater to these celebrities, and then there are points when and I'm sure like you'll probably mention this too, um, in this video, about how there's a point where celebrities could do no wrong at times.
True.
Like they'll commit something, and then you got a bunch of people giving them excuses. Oh yeah, like they'll make up some shit. And I was like, okay, I'm a fan of this person, but they do something wrong. They've done something wrong. Like I'm not gonna, if somebody were to commit something, I'm not. There's no way hell I'm gonna defend it, no matter how much of a fan I am of that person.
Right. Unfortunately, that's what people do these days. Is if it's somebody they like, they justify it every way possible.
Yeah, whether it's wrestlers or movie stars or sports guys or anybody for that matter.
Let me read to you what LB typed where you can't see it.
Okay.
Okay, one of the things that he hates about TMZ is how they disrespect the dead by showing photos of celebs how they looked when they died.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's just sick.
Right.
I think paparazzi like that for things like TMZ and a lot of those tabloids, I think they're just like scammers and hackers. They're soulless. They have no feeling about anything other than their career.
Yeah. It's pretty sickening.
And I hate when they put their own spin on something too.
Hmm.
Like you can tell where the paparazzi what they want you to think by how they present it. Same thing with even the news media outlets. The way they present it tells you how they want you to think.
Yeah, it's like first off, I'm gonna have a mind of my own, and secondly, I don't care what the media says. Whatever I feel is right or wrong, I'm gonna feel is right or wrong. And if there's somebody who I like or don't like, that's famous, does something completely shitty, whether I like them or don't like them, I'm not gonna defend it one way or another. And this one football, uh, there was this one, um, football player back when I was younger. It wasn't. I think it was Michael Myers. I think it was not Michael Myers. It was some football. It was some football player who had those dogs fighting and like bloodying themselves up. I forgot who it was, but
Something like
um,
VIX.
Yeah, Vic, yeah. Well, what the fuck? Well, I don't know why I said Myers, but yeah. And when I was in my class, I was I think my teacher was giving like an example of right or wrong, and then she gave that example, and like, would you still want to see them play football? And then some of them were saying yeah, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, right? I mean, and people are gonna say, oh, but you were little kids. I was in eighth grade when that happened. Seventh or eighth grade when that happened. And even I was like, no, screw that. So I like certain celebrities. I'm a fan of some of them, or a lot of them. Um, if I met them in real life, that'd be a cool experience. You know, the least you'll get out of me is like a hi or oh I know you. I'm not gonna go like all crazy. Oh my God! Oh my God! Like, oh, I can't believe I ever seen this person. Like I'll just have like a nice peaceful conversation. Actually, I did see Mr. T one time, and I'm not joking. I've actually it was like around nighttime. I was flying from Chicago to LA for vacation, and then like my dad was like noticing out of like he was just like noticing from far away because we were just walking and getting our luggage, and then he was like a little far away distance, like I see him, Mr. T, and then my dad just screamed out of nowhere, "I pity the fool!" And then he was able to hear it, and then he looked back and he was like he was giving like a little smirk, you know, and they were kind of like waving at him. It was pretty cool. Other than that, I haven't gotten any other like see any celebrities except for like baseball players or whatnot, signing autographs. But other than that, no Hollywood stars or anything, anybody like that.
I saw Paula Abdul, but I already told you about that.
Mm.
Um, did you? Oh, and I saw some wrestlers too, like the British Bulldogs and stuff. I was standing in their way, looking the other way, and they said, "Excuse me." Then their dog Matilda jumped up at me. Um,
That's
Christian,
cool.
go check the cool people chat box.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You might have to type your answer back to me. I don't know if you want to say it on the show.
Um, I might have a question for what you said after the show, because I don't know, like really.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll talk about it off air.
Well,
But yeah,
we
go
just
ahead.
have to understand that celebrities are human just like we are, even though some of them think they're gods. Those are the ones that are the assholes.
Oh yeah. How dare you say that about them? Shut up.
All right, let's see. Next topic.
Social media, right?
No. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But you know what? Listen, why don't you start? Because I have to go AFK for a second. But since people suck so bad on social media, it is nice when stuff is seen on social media that makes you smile or puts you in a good mood. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
You can start. I'll be right back, okay?
Yeah. So, in a or hold on one second. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. But yeah, I was thinking about this. Because I do go on Facebook, and YouTube or whatnot. I mean, there's cool videos and funny videos on YouTube from some cool ass celebrity, not celebrities, what the fuck. Um, just my favorite YouTubers. But other than that, I was also thinking about certain videos that people post, and I see mostly from girls, some guys too, of you know pets. Whether it's you know pets of dogs or cats, just playing around and even like um like elephants, giraffes, or like zoo animals. just going around and like cuddling and people petting them and stuff like that. And I know this might seem sad, but at the same time, it's kind of like good at the same time, because there are videos where certain people um, have videos of animals in a very bad state. I mean, I just saw a video of a dog that was like his head. I gotta go and see which what it's called but his head looked like pieces of rocks stuck together, and or other videos where a dog's head is like buried into the ground or whatever, and people um finding these animals and rescuing them, fixing them and making them brand new, like nothing ever bad happened to them. Because stuff like that, you know, stuff like that, it reminds you of like there's not every person in the world is a bad person. When you see nice people like that, and but a problem I do have with that is kind of like exposure, because there are cameras, that are being placed. But other than that, you know, I like when, people like are in a bad state or animals or whatever, and there's actual good people out there who are trying to do everything they can to cure them. And that's why I like seeing LB. Do you want to type some stuff? Yeah, because there's a lot of stupid things, but at the same time, what the fuck? There's a lot of stupid things, but at the same time, there's a lot of good things. I mostly see this from like Crystal and Remington. I see both of them, posting stuff on animals and stuff like that, and actually showing pictures of their real pets. Speaking of that, I went to the zoo yesterday and saw like the dolphins and lions, not killing people, thank goodness, but and donkeys and stuff like that, like animals, reptiles, lizards. I don't know. Whenever I go to the zoo, it's like you're like in a different world where you see like a bunch of animals, just chilling, or like gorillas and monkeys. Like LBQ right in the notepad, because I can't see it. Um, I also watch like gorillas and monkeys. Like it was funny because when I was watching the gorillas and the monkeys, the father, well, the mother had the baby in the back of the mommy's back, and the father was in the way. The mother just pushed him. Like, get out of the way. So the mother, the other gorilla would get out of the way, and then the father said, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." It was like moving around and like complaining. It just went to the other side of the to the other side. So reading time with LB. Let's see what he has to say. What was topic? There's a lot of people that suck on social media, but there are what are good things that you see on social media that puts you in a good mood or happy mood, basically. Because there's a lot of douchebag pricks or whatever, or a lot of mean um, videos on social media. But what are like good stuff that puts you in a good mood? Good things I see. It could be anything. Domino's Burger Pizza. Oh yeah, that would definitely put you in a good mood. Food. Food videos. I like seeing food videos. That puts me in a good mood. That puts me in a hungry mood. Yeah, we gotta have a food topic someday. What's your favorite type of food? Maybe for the next Asylum show. Oh, she did respond to you on Twitter? Hmm. Yeah, Matt Hardy responded to mine like a few years back, and Jeff Hardy retweeted his response to me. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pricks like that too, but you know, a lot of things on social media, um, food for one, and pets, and like animals, like playing around, humans, playing around with their pets, whether it's pictures um, or videos. Um, uh, videos of people traveling. I don't know. I find like videos of people like driving through and then showing the mountains or hiking and stuff and watching like the beautiful sunsets. Because it just shows how much life is beautiful. But even though there's a lot of bad stuff, you know, there's points in life where you're free and you're with yourself somewhere or with your family looking at the sunset and the beach or um, looking at the mountains or being on top of a mountain and seeing the view of the world and stuff like that. So yeah, LB's list so far. Domino's Burger Pizza, getting Dixie respond me on Twitter, Matt Hardy respond a few weeks ago, Pokemon Go, Yeah, I find enjoyment. I find enjoyment in people playing video games on videos. I can name 'em- I can name many people.
Okay, I'm back. I'm so sorry, guys.
What's up?
Sorry to leave you hanging for so long. Sorry to my viewers. I apologize.
Did you were you listening while I was talking? Or
Oh no, I just got back.
oh, yeah, I gave one example. Um, where you see how like Remington and Crystal like they post on Facebook, um, those cute those like cute animals and stuff,
Oh yeah, I
and
love those.
and like people like petting them or like um also it's kind of sad, but at the same time it's kind of good too when animals are like in a bad situation, but the people they're trying their best to like cure them, and then by the end of the video they're like completely fine, like nothing bad ever happened to them. Which shows like how you know how good-hearted. Um, Even though there's a lot of pricks, there's a lot of good people as well. So
I like it even when you can see different animals playing.
yeah, I give that example too.
Strange animal friends, like a tortoise and a hippo. I always
Yeah,
kick out of those. They make me smile. I even get excited when I see a horse playing around in a baby pool on a video. How could you not smile, you know? It brightens the day. It's nice when you see all this crap, all this mean spirited, shitty stuff all over social media. People just acting like, I don't know what the hell. You know what I mean, right?
yeah, and by the way, screw all the people on because I see this on YouTube where it will be like the greatest video ever of an animal or people going on vacation or just or spending time with their animals or their kids or whatnot, and there's dislikes. How the fuck are you gonna dislike a video like that?
That's just a different type of trolling people that are unhappy with their lives and they find that fun.
Like that's just that in itself is messed up.
They just like to annoy and upset people because they're miserable.
Yeah.
And that's true. You will see that. You will see dislikes on the strangest kinds of videos, like videos that are happy and uplifting and have a nice ending.
Yeah.
They give it a thumbs down.
Yeah. Now that I just said that, it kind of reminded me about Tyrone Magnus, his mother.
Yeah, I remember that. I was thinking
That
of that too while I was saying that.
yeah. Yeah, he
Just,
took it like a champ though.
just sad, sad, downhearted people that want everybody else to be. Now, I saw this beautiful. It was so beautiful. This couple with Down syndrome,
Hmm.
she got a promise ring, and her reaction was so beautiful. This was such a nice video. I mean, she had such joy at all of her presents, but her reaction to that promise ring and just how cute that the couple was.
Hmm.
It's a lot of people were saying it made them cry. A lot of people were saying it brightened their day, but it brought tears to their eyes. It was just so happy and so full of joy. And it was pretty much every single comment was good, was positive. But there always has to be that one asshole
Oh yeah.
who thinks he's being funny. Nobody else could be happy. They can't be happy because by golly, he's not. So he had to make some rude comment. Like it sounded like a middle schooler. I mean, Anybody who would talk like that is obviously an asshole and not fully educated yet, but
Hmm.
he was saying stuff like that had nothing to do with anything he said. Well, come on, you know it's obvious that that retarded guy didn't buy that for her himself.
Oh,
And then he said, did you see him at the end where he was playing with his balls?
ha, ha,
And
ha,
I didn't see
ha,
it.
ha, ha,
He wasn't
ha.
playing with his balls. He
Even if he
wasn't.
was, who cares? Like,
Why was that necessary?
I don't know.
See, this is the thing that somebody like that, when they die, that's all they're going to have to their name. Well, I was good at ruining things for people. I was a really good troll. I made people feel bad because nobody can feel good.
Yeah, but you're still a loser, and look where you are in life, for even saying that garbage.
But I was proud that most of the comments, all of them except that one, were really like nice, and they really, thought that that was wonderful and all of that.
Hmm.
Saturday Night Live did this skit. I think it was on an episode that Melissa McCarthy hosted, but she's hosted a bunch of them.
Hmm.
It's when Bill Hader was on it and all of that. They did this TV show. Today we're going to meet the people behind the keyboard on
Uh,
social media. And they were announcing each person and they were saying what each person likes to do. Like, there was one person that no matter what the conversation was, even if it was about puppy dogs, they would turn it to arguing about politics.
hmm.
Another one, somebody posted their grandma dancing on her birthday, and then somebody typed, "You should die."
Hmm.
And these are the people. There was like about 3 or 4 of them, okay?
Yeah.
And they were like the geekiest nerds. Okay? They were like, I mean, seriously, they made them out to be the lowest of the low, the bottom of the barrel.
That's
Okay?
what they are. Yeah.
And they said, well, we have a surprise today. Here is the grandmother that you said should die. And she came out and she was like facing the guy and he looked really uncomfortable. He was like really, really uncomfortable. And she comes up and gets in his face and goes, so, you think it would be funny if I die, huh? And you should have seen him. He wanted to like crawl under the chair. And it was funny. But at the end, well, now my co-host Johnny is going to come out and give you something you all deserve. So could you please stand up? And they did. And Johnny went down the road punching each of them in the stomach.
That's good.
I mean, you want to know what's funny about that? Is because, first of all, what they were making fun of was true. And they would be uncomfortable, a lot of these people, if somebody came and faced them. And they do deserve a punch in the stomach.
Absolutely.
That was great. If I can find it, I'll send you the link for that skit.
All right. Yeah, before LP shows his, well, he already has his list, but um it's a funny story. I went to the zoo. I already told this like when you were gone. When I went to the zoo with the fam yesterday, and we were watching like the gorillas at one point, and the mother had the baby in her back, and and the father was like, and she was like behind the father, and then the mother just like pushed him. It's like get out of the way. And then she was just continuing on her business, and then the father just like went to the other side. So
Mhm. Every time I ever go, I mean, I don't think I've ever been to a monkey exhibit that nothing was going on.
yeah,
Like, I'll either see like one of the little babies showing off, like jumping around and swinging around, and the baby's like looking at the people viewing, like almost like they're thinking, look at me. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And then one time this orangutan was like right there staring at me, like right up against the glass. That was cool.
Yeah,
Also,
I remember when I was very, very young. At one point, I forgot which zoo. It was probably Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago, where like where there was like two gorillas making out, like on top of whatever they were standing on
oh
or
my
sitting on.
lord.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Why it's even at that age, but yeah.
Well, anyway, it's just nice that, with all the crap that's going around, there's some nice uplifting stuff to watch. Like a
Oh,
kitty
definitely.
cat playing with a dolphin off the side of a boat and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It doesn't all have to be negative shit.
it shouldn't even have to be negative shit at all.
Well, some people like that. They want that.
Oh, fuck them.
Thrive on it.
Yeah, but yeah, even at my worst state of life, I would never even think about doing that because you want to treat people the way um you would like to be treated, right?
Right.
You want to be a douchebag prick to me, I'll be a douchebag prick right back.
Yeah, but you got to understand. Oh, I'm
But
sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, I was only going to say also if you know you're gonna you want to be a nice peaceful person to me, I'll be a nice peaceful person back to you. So
But the thing is the people like that, the people that treat each other like that, are the ones
hmm.
that cry the hardest and the loudest whenever they
Oh
get
yeah,
it right back. They don't want it from other people. They just want to dish it out.
yeah, which of course in the real world does not go both ways because once you talk shit, you get your ass whooped or you're man enough to go and, you know, either talk it out or fight it out. So either way, if you can't take, don't dish. That's all I have to say.
You know what, LB? I see your question. No, I've never met uh, Piper or Dusty.
Hmm.
Christian, go look in the chat.
Well, the one on the right I can't see.
No, no, no. Cool people.
Okay.
All right. Well, listen, those were the topics for today. Do any of you have anything you want to bring up?
Um, there is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, with because I made a status earlier about Brock. With him cheating. Well, you know about that. Um, I find it funny how just bam like that he just gets in trouble. Just like that, he just gets in trouble.
Yeah.
But in WWE, I would. But here's the thing though, because Roman Reigns got in trouble as well, and since he's the new guy that Vince McMahon loves and craves, um, like when he try his best to protect him, if that were to be, if they were to like protect Brock because they need him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where um, it's a little iffy.
Yeah. I see
But
what you're saying.
but yeah, and another thing, he's still fighting at SummerSlam.
This is true.
And what Roman Reigns and this goes back to our what we said a few videos ago about the wellness policy and how it's bullshit. So, now Brock is still gonna fight Orton, which to an extent, which I'll still enjoy whenever it comes out on YouTube because I'm not gonna watch the pay-per-view. Um, and Roman Reigns, he's gonna come back. And another thing, his redemption, they're making it into a storyline. It's Roman Reigns' redemption from his suspension. They use that in a storyline. But wait a minute. Roman Reigns is not the only one who got in trouble for this. But because it's Roman Reigns, now it's a redemption. It's a part of the storyline. It's a work now.
Well, you know what else too? That's yet another thing they copied off of TNA. Remember when Jeff Hardy came back? Remember
Yeah,
how they did that way back? They did that redemption thing with Jeff Hardy.
yeah.
So they copy off of TNA.
Yeah, because I mean that was kind of like real too because um because I'm sure Jeff pissed off a lot of people with that match he had with Sting, and I mean that was like really bad, and I'm sure like he was like really, you know, people a lot of people were like really legitimately pissed off, and then um they used that in the storyline, and the difference with Roman Reigns and Jeff Hardy is that I can buy in to a Jeff Hardy storyline when it pertains to that. But with Reigns, I can't even buy anything at all with the guy, no matter what it is. So the fact that they're even using this as a storyline, while other people in the company have gotten in trouble as well, like Roman, he's no different. And as far as Brock goes, it's just interesting that once he came back to the UFC, bam, got caught. Because
Yeah, that is true.
yeah, and all of us are we're fans of him. So it's pretty disappointing. You know, and of course they're not gonna WWE's not gonna do anything about it because they want one of their biggest draws out of everybody else to even show up at the pay-per-view. So that's all it is.
He
Other than
just
that,
won't give up. He just doesn't get it. I mean, Vince McMahon is wrong about who he chose, and he just won't get it.
that's right. So
Did LB type something? Let's see what he typed. Oh, nope, not pertaining to this topic. He was just saying that he likes animal videos too, and he likes saying Brother Nero in Twitter. Yep, he's a fan of that Brother Nero stuff. Okay, well,
calls me
oh, go
brother
ahead. What?
Nero, calls me brother Nero. Monique just calls me Negron. Um, and so do you. Well, you call me CN on the chat, but other than
Thank
that,
you.
um, yeah. But other than that, there's nothing else. So
Well, okay, then you know what I'm going to do? Um, we can still, chat off air, but I think I'm going to close the show out now since we're done with all our topics. Everybody enjoy the rest of their weekend. Thanks for stopping by. See ya.
Peace.